Retired Australian pro and renowned coach Darren Cahill believes Novak Djokovic will play January's Australian Open to put himself in the race for a record 21st Grand Slam title. Novak Djokovic is expected to play the 2022 Australian Open, despite uncertainties over rules for unvaccinated players. The nine-time champion is a doubt for the tournament, and admitted himself he was unsure whether he would compete after ministers looked to introduce a vaccine mandate. The world number one has refused to disclose his vaccination status, meaning he would not be able to compete in Australia if proof of a double jab is required. Uncertainty over Djokovic's participation in January's Australian Open has grown in recent weeks. Djokovic has previously been outspoken against vaccine mandates, leaving many wondering whether he would comply if Australian government ministers implemented one for the tournament. Djokovic himself later admitted he wasn't sure if he would compete in Melbourne, telling Serbian newspaper Blik, "I don't know if I'm going to Australia, I don't know what's going on. Currently, the situation is not good at all. I have my opinion and it has always been the same. I will not reveal my status whether I have been vaccinated or not." Earlier this week at the Paris Masters, the 34-year-old then said he wouldn't be commenting on the matter until a final decision was announced by tournament organizers. Now former Australian pro Darren Cahill, who has close links with Tennis Australia, said he thinks Djokovic will compete in Melbourne. The world number one came close to making history at the recent US Open, as he fell one match short of becoming the first man in 52 years to win the calendar Grand Slam, and the first man in history to win a record 21st major title. The feat would have seen him surpass his longtime rivals Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal in the Grand Slam race, as all three are currently tied on 20 apiece, and Djokovic could risk losing the record to one of his rivals as Nadal has confirmed his comeback in Australia, while Cahill said he is pretty sure Federer will be making his return at the Australian Open too. Speaking on Djokovic, Federer and Nadal's race to a record 21st Grand Slam title in Australia, the renowned tennis coach told Sportsday Radio, at his Federer's age, 40 years of age, the fact that he's even doing what he's doing is remarkable. He's trying to get 21. Rafa's training his backside off. I've seen a lot of vision for him across in Spain and he's working incredibly hard, so he's going for 21. And then of course Novak, what he did in 2021, trying to win the Grand Slam, which hasn't been done since Rod Laver in '69 on the men's side. It was a remarkable year, and for him to get all the way through to the US Open final, be pipped at the post by Medvedev, and Medvedev played amazing tennis, it kind of made that whole year. After much discussion over whether the world number one will travel to Melbourne for the season-opening Grand Slam, Cahill reminded fans that the tournament will still be successful in the absence of its nine-time champion, though admitted he thinks Djokovic will be there, raring to go, come January. There are so many great stories on the men's side, Cahill said. And the big thing to remember with tennis also is tennis is much bigger than one individual, and I think Novak will be here, but let's say he doesn't come down, the event will still be a major success. It will be disappointing not to see him here, but we've had tournaments where Roger has not been there, where Rafa has not been there, where Serena has not been there. And you talk about it before the event, but once the event starts, away you go. And the stories develop within that tournament, and the tournament in 2022 for the Australian Open will be huge. Not just for the tennis players but for the public.